Chaos Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. Bye-ya, bye-ya, bye-ya. In a menudo style in a direct fashion, we're going to get straight into the content of the day. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support, man. We're going up on this channel. And it's all because of you. And for that, I can say I'm very humbled and I'm very much so appreciative, man. Thank you. So, bands got banned, huh? Bands from the Rose, right? Bands from the Rose gets banned from No Jumper. Did he or didn't he? Because that shit sound clipped to me. So anyways, man, I'm listening online and I hear that Adam has had an about face. He's turned face, not turned coat. He been done that, right? But he turned face saying that he doesn't appreciate the fact that bands, someone that he invited, he must have got the call. Someone that he invited to his platform decided to disrespect someone. Now, wow, Adam, how many times has it happened that other people have came onto the No Jumper platform and disrespected people and it's been all hood, all good, right? In fact, that's the whole thing. That's what Adam is aiming for. The disrespect is real. That's what really gets the cue. That's what gets the numbers going. That's what gets the platform bubbling, right? But in this instance, in this case, right? And I know this is probably the last video I'm going to do about this shit because we don't want to keep it going. It's like stirring the pot. Let it die out already. Lefty got this. Lefty's going to do what he does. I got some information, though, from someone in the industry about exactly what's going to go on with Lefty. We'll talk about that in a minute. And just let it go already. Bands did his thing. It just is what it is. Now, he did it with a little aggression. He did it real. But here's the truth. The truth of the matter is that when Adam started to invite the Norteños onto his podcast, he didn't realize he was playing with fire. Myself, Dubs, other content creators said it. Fill it up with unleaded right from the gate. This vato is playing with fire. This is not the Crips and the Bloods. This is not the Bay Area. And you know, this is not the brothers, man. The brothers definitely will clap your shit. They'll smack your head backwards, right? But when you're playing with Mexicans, especially the Norteños and the Sureños, the North and the South, the North Siders, the South Siders, however you want to label it, right? You're definitely going deep into some real gang shit, right? You're really playing with fucking fire. And I don't think Adam was aware, or because he's in a position or a situation where he's usually dictating some shit, he's the leader of the pack, right? That you have to take a back seat when you start to involve these type of factions, these type of gangs, because man, you will get a phone call facilitated to you in the middle of the night and you must press 1, right? And people are going to tell you exactly what it is because the inside will control the outside. And at the end of the day, man, you have to understand that if you're living off the merits of the North and South, if you're voicing that and you're using that as a prop to sell whatever you're trying to sell, then you best pay because there's other individuals that are the owners of that claim, right? It's true. Those that know what's up, that have been in the game for a long time, know. Okay, I'm not saying I'm in that game. I'm just saying I once was, so I know what it is, right? So for Adam to get a phone call and him to double back and say, you know what, bands from Santa Rosa is not welcome. Well, let's look into it. Why? Okay, so basically he's saying he's not welcome to the platform anymore for the time being because of the disrespect of Lefty gunplay. Okay? Now, whatever bands and Lefty choose to do on their own time is what they do. You know, that's a personal beef. I'm here to tell you, man, from a real one to a real one, that bands is not that way in real life. He's not trying to cause division. Albeit, man, he has a personal beef with Lefty gunplay and he feels some type of way about that one individual. You're not going to hear him disrespecting the Southerners, disrespecting the South Side. He let Lefty know, hey, Holmes, I'm right here in your neighborhood. It's between me and you. You said I couldn't do it. I did it. That's what it is, right? And also, just to let people know, man, I know Dubs is going to be putting out a video. Make sure you guys go tap in. We both got some information this morning, right? We was on the phone for reals, right? That a lot of people are saying, look at what Bands was wearing. He was actually wearing, you know, the same clothing that he was wearing at the No Jumper interview. So people automatically assumed that, you know, Adam had something to do with it. Maybe Adam pushed him in that direction, or maybe he went straight from there to there, or he did it pre the No Jumper interview. Well, according to what I heard, man, this video was shot and done just a few days before it was dropped. So it had nothing to do with the No Jumper thing. He just actually, that's his shirt, that's his clothing line. He wanted to promote it in the video. So he actually slid over there just a few days before this video was done. Yes, he did slide midday. Yes, he did do that. That's a fact 100% by someone who knows, right? That's all I'm going to say on that. But it's the truth, right? Now, for Adam to ban bans, right? And I know a lot of people are doing videos on it. This is just my perspective on the shit. You know, I understand. I understand when someone applies pressure. When someone tells you, hey, bro, we don't like that shit, right? Because it did put Adam in a position to look like he either put bans on Lefty or he stirred the pot just enough, man, that he went overboard this time, right? Because the shit got real. See, the shit spilt out into the streets. See, when it's within that podcast, sitting at that bootsy ass table with them beat up ass microphones he got at Best Buy, I'm going to tell you right now, it's all good. You could discuss and have your discussion and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Again, at the end of the day, that is Adam's platform. He's going to ask questions. It's up to the guy, the interviewee, to facilitate the conversation as well and to answer what he answers. He doesn't have to answer the questions. You got to be on man time and know that this vato is going to ask you the hard questions. It's up to you to answer whatever you're going to answer. So Bans answered the direction he was going in. But if you notice, and I've said it in other videos, Goldtoes was actually right there in the building. OG Goldtoes, yes, the northerner from San Francisco, California was in the building, right? But if you notice, when it started to take a left, Goldtoes reined it back in and made it right. So you need to watch everything that happened and really sit back and reanalyze the situation. Yes, Adam did ask some tricky questions that got Bans in his feelings, and Bans started to do what he does, right? And started to woof on Lefty, called them all out, said 10, his homie said he got 10 bans on the fight. He said he'll knock him out the booth and knock him out with the truth, right? And that's true. He said that, but if you notice, in the midst of all that, Goldtoes was like, nah, because Goldtoes has always been a facilitator of conversation. See, let me get this out the way from a different perspective. People think that Goldtoes is going down there trying to steal artists from the South, or Goldtoes is trying to have unity and make everyone sing Kumbaya and hold hands and be together and hug each other. That's not what that man was trying to do. Any real motherfucker that sees a real gangster in the streets and knows how they move understands this. This is the facts. Toes is out there trying to help the raza, to uplift them. At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be about unity. It doesn't have to be about holding hands, about getting along. There's been a lot of blood spilled. There's been a lot of back and forth. You know, ever since the 17 Reason albums, Northside Soldier, the disrespect has been real, back and forth, right? That's why people say, well, Norteños have been dissing the South. They have. And it's been going back and forth. I remember some high power records, they were going at the Norteños. So it's been happening. The thing is, does it continue to happen, or do people fall back and continue to make money? That's the real moral of the story here, right? Now, if you look, Goldtoes has never been about pushing everyone holding hands. And yes, if unity happens, that'd be a great thing. And I think he knows that as an entrepreneur and as a pioneer in this shit and as a professional businessman with a distribution company. I think it's more so with Toes. Let's just get to the bag. Let's get to the business, man. He's defended in the past a lot of Norteños and Southsiders and put him in position where people were trying to play him out their pockets, or where people trying to play him out their time, because he has that voice of reason. And not only that, man, he's been in the game thick enough to understand, man, the raza doesn't have representation like we think we do, right? North and South. And all he's trying to be is the representative for the people to facilitate conversation, to be able to make a place at that table to sit down and talk, right? See, we've never had North and South a place at that table in the hip hop industry. Oh, we got the tables in prison. We got the bars, the tables, the workout benches, the majority of the sides of the yards. Yes, but we're talking about the streets here. And on the streets, we've never had a seat at that table. Goldtoes is the closest thing we have to that seat at that table. And all he wanted to do was uplift the North and the South to be able to get in them doors, man, to get some money. You don't have to shake hands. You don't have to like each other. You ain't got to give each other mean mugs, shoulder shrugs, or even hugs. But at the end of the day, what you do have to give each other is respect. And that man's foundation is built on respect and love for the raza. So that's what Toes was trying to do. Even in that interview with Bans, he sat back. He was more on his business tip, arranging his hats and his shirts and letting everyone know, let's rein this shit back in, man. It ain't about this beef with Lefty and Bans. It's more so about, man, people coming together and getting this bag. That's it. Toes is a real one, man. I gotta respect it. I've rewatched that video a couple times just so I don't fucking put my pata in my mouth and taste toenails. I wanted to make sure. Everybody's seen what I've seen, man. You know, that guy's getting a lot of grief and a lot of hate right now. Everyone's making Goldtoes the catalyst of the movement or the bullshit, when at the end of the day, he's just trying to help everyone to facilitate some type of conversation. Let's be real. I'll be doing a video on this channel later on, more into that. There's a division in the North, man, that not a lot of people know about. We're going to speak on that. Anyways, back to bans getting banned. So what, Adam? The homies don't need your platform anyways. I've been sent it. I said it so many times, right? The Norteños, first and foremost, and this is going to Toes all the way up to Big Tone. I was surprised people even sat down with the character, the caliber of Adam, right? Just because in the past he's been accused of some derogatory and some weird type shit, right? So, and I know there's no paperwork, it's not been stamped or verified. And yeah, if he wants to go mess with little girls in different countries, if it's legal, whatever, I guess, right? If that's what they're saying. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, what, right? But people go sit down and forget. They forgive and forget in the selective politicking. They gonna talk shit about the gun. Oh, you're a dropout. You're not active. You're this, and that. And then meanwhile, go sit down with someone who's been accused of being a predator. I don't know, Holmes. And I'm not talking about the type of predator that wanted Arnold's head. I'm talking about the type of predator that wants a youngster's head. It's not good. It's not a good look. So I was always basing my assumptions and basing my vision on that. Okay? So sit there and say, bans, you're banned because you disrespected Lefty. He didn't disrespect Lefty. When he was disrespecting Lefty on your platform, it was all good. When he was saying, man, I'll knock that dude out, man, whoop-de-whoop, this, and that. Oh, Adam, oh, for reals, right? It was all good. There was no defense there of Lefty. And then Adam doubled down on it and said that Lefty was scared. Lefty ain't doing shit. He ain't giving Lefty 10 thou wow. Lefty don't run shit. It's basically what Adam said. Now, I'm not saying that. Shout out to Lefty Gunplay and what he's got going on, man. I also got some information that I think everybody wants to hear, right? Concerning, will he be dropping a diss record? Is he going to clap back? I'm going to tell you the real from a real one, man. I made phone calls this morning. Tricky dance moves like Briss, rest in peace, for reals. And I'm going to tell you right now, when Adam was letting him disrespect and do all that, it was all good for views, for numbers. Adam's whole shit was hard. You didn't hear it hit the fucking thing like this, hit the table. He was happy because he was getting all kinds of little shorts going on. And oh man, this was going to stir the pot. This was going to be good in the hood for Adam, right? But then when Bands, who didn't do this fucking video, this video right after, he actually went home, thought about it. And from what I'm hearing, man, he's one of those dudes that's cold and calculated in the booth. You know, Bands is one of them dudes, man, every sound, he's professional with his shit. He doubled back and decided to come down on his own business shit and disrespect Lefty and do his thing. So no, it wasn't done right after the No Jumper interview. It was done later, right? But Adam was cool with all that until he started getting pressure from people, until somebody gave him a phone call and said, hey, bro, how dare you let Goldtoes come in there and disrespect? And now Adam's thing is, yeah, it was too much disrespect. The disrespect of the mom, the disrespect of the town, this, and that. There's no way possible I could allow this guy. If I would have known that they were disrespecting each other like this, I would have never let the Norteños come on my podcast. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some gangster in it. I bet you Adam still drops the Big Tone interview, though. What you guys think about that? What you want to bet that Adam still drops the Big Tone interview after he just got done saying, if I would have known the Norteños were going to disrespect, I'd have never let him come down. Stop it, Adam. How many times have people disrespected on your channel? Beat up Kelpie, slapped him, threw Slurpee on people, spit on people. There's been so much. That whole fucking foundation right there on No Jumper is built off disrespect. On power. You got Whack 100 disrespecting Compa Raider, disrespecting you, disrespecting other people, other hoods. Man, you got people like Brick Baby on the dead homies. On the dead homies, right? Disrespecting everybody. Look, let's be honest and let's be real here. That motherfucking, like I said, the precedent of fucking No Jumper, the whole foundation is built off of disrespect. But all of a sudden, someone gets in your earlobe, man, and starts whispering and tells you, hey, puto, trip out on this. Now it's like, I can't allow Bands to do that because he was disrespecting too much. The Norteños were disrespecting. Yeah, well, let's see if he puts that Big Tone interview out, which he hasn't dropped yet. I bet you that shit still goes out. Save that shit for someone who believes that shit. Now, is he scared? Is Adam scared? Probably. Someone applied some pressure. You know, he wasn't scared the day before, though, when he was talking that shit with Whack 100 about Lefty. But all of a sudden, now I will say this, that whole, what Adam was saying, it was clipped up. It was clipped up to make it sound some type of way. And I truly and honestly believe, because he says he's banned for now. Well, if someone did something, you don't ban them for now, Holmes. You're banned for life. Get on down the road. That's it. That's the way it's supposed to go, right? But, you know, in the world we live in, people can get banned for now, but not for later. It's a trip. He'll gauge the situation. When things start dying down, let's bring it back up. This is just more to facilitate the type of conversation, and I'm definitely going to do content on it and let people know exactly what it is, because I'm uncut, raw, and no added preservatives on my channel. It's facts. Now, when it comes to does bands care? Do the Norteños care? Man, the homies don't give a fuck about No Jumper. At the end of the day, they're already lining shit up with other podcasters. I'm sure they're already running their own podcast, facilitating their own message, putting out what they need to put out. Thank you, Adam, for being the Bob, also to open your front door. But guess what? The homies done kicked it in, masked up, did what they did, took what they wanted, and got pushing, right? You know, bands would have never disrespected Lefty gunplay, and it would have never escalated and went to that point if Adam's punk ass would have never asked the questions that he asked. And let's just keep it real. He is the centerpiece on the mantle. He is the one that instigates this bullshit. And then at the end of the day, man, when motherfuckers, real gangsters, north and south, really get off where they're mad at or really do what they do, then and only then is Adam like, oh, if I'd have known that it did that, I'd have never brought him here. You knew exactly what they were going to do. And that's why the fuck you brought him there. Facts, right? You thought that the Southsiders were just going to sit down? They're not Wes Watson. That's it. They don't sit on their thumbs, right? You thought they were going to just sit down and just let some dude, man, that ain't part of nothing dictate the program, steer the shit, man, and let people disrespect each other? Eventually, enough is enough. Okay, you already had 50 Southerners pull up to your door, Adam, and you was out there motherfucking playing poker. You know, it's already been, so you should have known how it really gets. But because you were able to slide by on that one, because, I mean, the main instigators on that one was like Bozo and whoever, right? So that was really, other than the real dudes that was behind him trooping, you think that everything's all good, but it ain't all good. See, with North and South, it's never all good. If it was all good, then it'd be all good within their own circles, but it isn't. So you can't just have an outsider come in and stir the pot, or steer the ship and think that everything's going to be hood, because it isn't. So Bands is banned now from fucking No Jumper. Who gives a fuck? Do you really honestly think Bands cares? Do you really think that, I mean, if he's banned, why don't you take down all the videos, Adam, you have of him while he was on No Jumper? How about that? You know, nah. Catch him outside. How about that? Nah. Those are going to continue to rotate and continue to get views, because at the end of the day, it's all about money, right? Yes. And in this situation, Holmes, you let that money get to your head. And now when Lefty says, hey, I'm going to go ahead and need my 10th thou wow so I can clap back and tell you exactly what it is. Oh, man, you ain't even worth, your shit don't even do views. It always breaks down into views. You notice that? Oh, I can't have you on here because of the views, because of the views, because of the views. Man, fuck the views, man. Hey, sit down like a real one. You got money, cash him out. And let's hear what he said. Cash rules everything around you. Cream, get the money. Adam, dollar bill, y'all. And let him know exactly what it is. But no. Adam's not going to do that. And I'm going to explain to you why he ain't going to do that. Because he got that pressure applied to him. Oh, yeah, my sciatic nerve. I can't feel it. Yeah, because the pressure's on your back, homie. That's real talk. Anyways, Bands getting banned. It doesn't matter. It's nothing. Who cares, right? Let's see if Adam brings on any more Norteños. Let's see if he even drops that Big Tone interview, though. That's the truth, though. You know, since he's feeling some type of way about the Norteños now, especially specifically Bands. I can't allow him to disrespect someone's mother. He disrespected the mother a week ago. Fool, you weren't saying shit until you got a phone call. Come on now, bro. Don't use that as an excuse. The day that I heard the disrespect of the mother, what did I say? I dropped the video immediately. I don't agree with that shit. You know how much hate I got from Norteños, from homies from up north? They were like, damn, Gun, you're switching up. You're choosing. I'm even wearing blue today. Look, they're probably going to say something. Damn, you're switching up. You're choosing the other side. You want to be a south side. Nah, I don't want to be none of that. I'm a man, Holmes, first and foremost, a brown man. And I liked the diss. It was funny. It was hilarious. But that one part I didn't care for, and I voiced it. That's it. Other than that, Vance did his motherfucker thug thizzle. I can't be mad at him. Will Lefty clap back? Well, here's what I heard from someone who knows someone from OTR Records. Lefty ain't going to indulge, man. There will be no retaliation. Now, is it true or not? I don't know. This is just what's coming out of that camp. He will not, and I say I repeat, will not. It has nothing to do with songs with The Game or P. Diddy or Snoop Dogg or whoever else, right? It has nothing to do with that. It has more so to do with that Volta's trying to take higher ground and just do his thing. Now, I know he's going to get a lot of hate from his sympathizers and his loyalists and people that say, damn, bro, you say you're a gangster. Woo. But how gangster is it to make a diss song? That ain't real gangster, bro. Real gangsters get busy in the streets. So if this Vaulto's smart enough to understand that not only are his fans and his supporters watching, but the feds and everyone else is watching too, he's doing the smart thing, and that's getting and staying to his bag, man, and not indulging in frivolous behavior. And again, when it comes to the Vaulto bands, he's always been one of the Northerners on the first and forefront to say, man, he's down with the unity. He's down with, that North and South, basically not holding hands and shaking hands and everything, but man, letting the bygones be bygones and push it for good music, right? But people don't know that. They think because he did that, he's the main instigator, but he's really not. That was some personal shit. Lefty says something about him. He says something back, and there it is there. They're even Steven. I thought he was one up, but really, Lefty said he was going to put him on a shirt, so boom. There's no shirts, no harm, no foul, let's go. And as far as Goldtoes goes, man, people need to understand with Toes, he's a proprietor in this shit, man. Not in the beef, but in the wiggle, the ways of the wiggle of respect, So Adam will sit down with the controversial North Enders, but has he ever sat down with just Toes and picked his brain of a real one? No, because he knows he ain't going to get Toes out of his comfort zone. Toes is a target. He's been a target from a lot of people that think he's the catalyst of the bullshit, but really it isn't. He's the catalyst of the coming together to get that money, and people need to recognize that. I'll be dropping a fucking video later on that lets you know about the division within the North End, man. It has something to do with Toes, has something to do with someone else. Make sure you tap in because it's real. With that being said, I'll let you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming, and remember, at the end of the day, fuck you, Adam. So what? Oh, you're banned, Holmes. We don't want you over here no more. Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. We already know, man. Did Lush come back? Did Copa Raider come back? Did Brick Baby come back? Then, man, motherfuckers always come back. This is the gun. Bang, bang.